finished, all done and dusted. The feet are gone and I'm on form. It's the 16th of August 2018 and it's 1 month since I had my 2-year-old Land Rover Discovery Sport service for the first time by a local Land Rover dealer, Guy Salmon, at a cost of £447. That is 2 years service, oil change, filter and the rest. So the service indicator was 19,850 immediately after the service. So let's see how much it's gone down after 90% motorway and A-road driving. So I've been going long distance like London, Warwick and Blackpool from Sheffield. 841 miles over the past month. Let's see what the service indicator now reads. So it should be, if it's gone down 1 per mile, it should read about 19,000. So let's see. Okay, gonna wait for it to start up. There it says 841 miles. Mile per hour average is 41 because it's been motorway driving. Because when you have the service, it resets your trip computer, so you lose what you've been previously tracking. Hence, it's completely since the service. I've driven 841 miles over the past month. I think virtually exactly 1 month since I had the service done. And because it's 90% motorways, A roads, average MPH is 40 and MPG is 38.9. So now let's see when the next service is due. Oh. Vehicle information. Next service is due, let's see, it was I think it was 19,850, I'm sure it said that. And now it says after 841 miles, 19,450. It's only gone down 400. So that's the consequences of driving. Well, the diesel fluid refill's gone down, I think, 1,000. Yeah. So that's the consequence of having a service done, which is good. That your oil service goes down just a lot less. It was going down at a rate of 6 per miles driven. Now it's gone down 4. In fact, I'm starting to wonder. You know, this countdown, is it to do with, is it more time than no, it won't, because it was going down a lot faster. It might be time related, that it tracks how many years you've got till the next service, because it's only gone down half a mile per mile driven, whereas before it was going down at the rate of, I think, about 6-7 miles per mile driven. So does it actually check anything in the engine or not, or is it a timer? My experience suggests it's more timer than engine. What do you think? I'm only going by my experience. My experience suggests it's to do with the how long you got left. Or does it actually check the quality of the engine oil? Any engineers out there, any people who know, car mechanics who know? Does the Land Rover Discovery Sport actually check the engine oil, or is it counting down just by date, how much time's left? Or is it a mixture of both? Well, it reached zero well before 2 years was up, about a month before. I was only about 14,500 miles driven, so well before 21,000. Anyway, this suggests that you should at least have the oil change done on a more regular basis. You don't leave it for 21,000 miles, definitely. You can leave it for 2 years if you don't drive much, but if you, based on my experience of the Land Rover Discovery Sport since buying it, it's about 8 months ago, I'd say you should definitely have an oil change, say once every 12 to 13,000 miles. Don't leave it beyond that, even if it says you got longer left, because it does affect the engine. I don't know why they say 2 years. I don't, and 21,000. There's no way the car's gonna last 21,000 miles. The engines are not that good in a Land Rover Discovery Sport. They can't take it. So I left it till about 14,800 miles before because I left it 2 years because I don't drive much. And I'm sure it did impact on the car not having it serviced earlier, but only marginally, because, you know, I think the longer you leave it, the worse it gets, the engine. But since the oil service, the engine is performing well. Look, the MPG is good. There, look, 38.9. That's gone up from, but that was city driving. It'd be interesting to see how the car performs going forward as I drive more in the city. Does the MPG stay high, or will it go down a lot? Or is this all as a consequence of having the car serviced? These are questions I'm asking myself. So I might set, when I'm sure that I'm going to be driving mostly in the city, I might set say B, reset B for city driving, and see what the MPG is. Anyway, this confirms you should have your car serviced regularly. Yeah, once every 12 to 14,000 miles. The longer you leave it above 12,000, the more impact it'll have it on your engine, and definitely beyond 14,000. And never leave it to 21,000 regardless of the Land Rover Discovery Sport sales pitch. So do subscribe for more videos in this series, real owner driving videos, no sales pitch. Tells you exactly how it is. No, that is surprising. I thought it'd be at least a mile down per mile driven, but it's only gone down 400, and I've driven 840. So is that to do with motorway driving, or is it the counter? Because it's only been 1 month and it's counting down from 21,000. See, these are the questions I'm asking myself, which will become revealed as we go forward. So it's good to keep track of at least once a month, so you can evaluate how it's counting down oil service. Is it by miles driven, or is it the 2-year counter, or is it a mixture of both? Because it'd be simplest for Land Rover to implement a 2-year counter, you know, straightforward software. Whereas if they're actually sampling the engine oil, then that's, you know, extra hardware installed. Or is it a mixture of both? Like the Land Rover's computer in the car calculates, so it's to give you an indicator. But you should definitely have it serviced before 21,000 miles. I would, like I said, basically 12,000 miles. You can leave it for 2 years if you don't drive much. But aim to get your car serviced around 12 to 13,000 miles. I probably left it a little bit longer. But that's because I bought it, it was 12,000, I think 13,000 miles. The mileometer, speed up, mileometer was reading. It was 13,000, I think 300 when I bought it from Inchcape. Not happy with Inchcape for a number of reasons. Not happy. But that, you can see my other video for why I'm not happy with Inchcape. So do subscribe for new Land Rover Discovery Sport videos. Real owner driver, no sales pitch. I tell you the good, the bad and the ugly. There's lots of good, there's a bit of bad, and there's a little bit ugly. But overall, I would still recommend a Land Rover Discovery Sport after my experience of driving one for about 9 months.